All right, Zatima and Sistas fans. Some people were like, Jeremy, you did that video about should Danni be in the Zatima series, but what about Preston? What about Cowboy? We want to see Preston in the show too. So that's what this video is about. Now, yeah, the bromance of Preston and Zach. I remember doing a video and a post about that, when Zach would come over to Danni's and, this was when Danni was kind of like avoiding Preston. That's when she was beginning to feel smothered by him. And, Zach would be over there to eat some of his cooking and have a good time. And the dynamic between these two was great. I think the last time they shared the screen together was when Zach came over to ask for advice about stock. And not livestock, but stock market. And from there, well, the come up came. I mean, Preston's advice was pretty simple. Make sure nothing's illegal. But if you have a gut feeling and a good feeling about it, then go for it. So really, Zach and Preston, I mean, at best, I think it will be cool if Zach is like, hey, Preston, come on, man, I owe you a dinner. Or, hell, come on to my place fixing dinner. And it's strictly platonic. It's not like I ship these two. It's a 90s bromance, because nowadays, like I remember Falcon and Winter Soldier, everybody's like shipping Sam and Bucky. It's like, no, it's a buddy cop thing. It's like, you're telling me two straight guys can't just be friends. Come on now. But I would love to see that. But more importantly, I think the title of this video might be something along the lines of, do you think we might have Danni and Zach double dating? Where it's Danni and Preston and Zach and Fatima? Because out of the four sisters, Danni is the one, despite the 3-year relationship with Karen, Danni is the one that Zach really is the closest to in terms of the one who he confides in and gives advice to Danni the same way she gives advice to him. And, aside from Andy, I think Danni is the one who has the best connection with Fatima from what we've seen of them together, which has only been a couple of times. But I would like it. It's just a matter of, having it written in such a way where Danni is kind of loyal to the friendship and relationship of Zach and Fatima the same way Andy isn't getting in the middle of it. It's just like, hey, my friend and former co-worker is happy. I'm glad to see he's come up in life. I could see Danni totally doing something like, I let you stay at my place, right? Despite the fact that Zach paid rent and you kicked him out after only 1 week. So I can imagine. Hell, you know what? I will put this out there. If Tyler didn't write Danni to be so wishy-washy and messed up with Preston, here's what I would have liked to see. We know Zach is buying like a condo duplex thing where there are two sides of the building that are exactly the same. He's going to live on one side and he's going to rent out the other side. We know Preston comes from money. We know he's looking for a place that's kind of close. What did he tell Danni? Hey, I'm looking for a place that's kind of in between the city and the farm. That way I don't have to commute so much all the time. I would have loved to have seen Preston and Danni living on the opposite side of Zach and Fatima. Tell me that wouldn't be an awesome show. Because Season 2, before Zatima was a thing, Danni was the fan favorite sister. When Season 2 first started, I remember this. Danni was the favorite sister. Look, I ain't gonna lie. When Season 1 started, she was my least favorite. But as Preston was introduced and she got more story, that's when I think that Danni became a real contender for number 1. Because Karen just had a mouth on her. Andy's storyline got ridiculous. Sabrina was just too indecisive, and Danni was the one who was the truth teller. So her and Fatima get along great. So I know the Zatima series is already written, and I think it's supposed to be a stripper who's renting out the condo or whatever. It should have been Danni and Preston. That would have been great. Hell, look, this video was just supposed to be a double date, but here I am like, you know what? This is how it should have looked out. Zach and Fatima and Danni and Preston side by side. That would have been awesome. Now you probably wonder, well, then Karen would always come over. No, bye. Ain't nobody talking about Karen. Ain't nobody talking about Andy. Ain't nobody talking about Sabrina. Danni, Preston, Zach, Fatima. That would have been awesome. I want to end the video right there because the story writes itself. Seriously, That's what should have happened. So, Tyler, if there's a Zatima season 2, and if Danni and Preston get it together and start to act right, have that stripper leave, and then have Preston and Danni move in, you got your story right there. You got the fan favorite sister, and you got Zatima. That show would be way bigger than Sistas. I don't care what anybody says. There you go. That's all. I'm done. Thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content on the channel. Follow me on social media. And if you would like to donate, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App.